And also about breastfeeding, there is a theory all women are able to breastfeed. This is also rubbish. I was one of them who gave so much attention to breastfeed because it was coming very little, and I don't have nipples, and I need to do silicone ones, and it didn't come enough with both kids, and I need to pump, and it was so hard work. I can't really put in words how hard was it. When I would know at that time what I know now, I wouldn't do that. I think the breastfeeding is the best you can do for your baby, but if you can't do it, put effort to do and to be able. But if it still doesn't work, that has a reason. And in my case, that was a reason because I found that 15 years ago, I have a thallium poison from my childhood, and that was also in a milk, because I examined what fluid, what is coming from the breast, and I have it in urine and I have it there as well. So that means the nature is regulating there, and we shouldn't be, no, all women should breastfeed, or this is the only way. This is really rubbish. We have all medical history and the social history influencing us. We don't know what is in our body, what is in our mind, and we should be respecting what the nature is telling us, and this could have a reason. In my case and in a lot of other cases, we find much later. Why is it? And we should be really more flexible to accept all the things are happening which are also not like a norm, or not like the best outcome of being mother, and the term what we are expecting. And maybe it would be maybe better for my kids because they have thallium as well, not only while they were in my uterus, also because of the breastfeeding. Maybe that's much better if I would be listening to my body. I can't breastfeed because I was breastfeeding with a pump 2 months, giving so much effort, being exhausted. I was so tired, and after the 9 months, because of this being tired and all crisis, I divorced, or my husband decided to divorce because that was too much for him. So you really never know, and we can't separate one thing which is happening from all the big body, being a mother, father, family, and also society, and your past, and the future as well. So usually we find out in the future what happens. It's really good not to be like stiff, expecting, and then being very surprised or depressed if the way I was expecting it's not coming. The life is not how you expect to come. You give your best, but nowadays we have so many things in the milk. It's really questionable. Is it really good for all women to give a breastfeeding? I don't say it's not, because I don't know your milk. The proper way will be we examine it, and I would recommend it to you. We can. This is even not very expensive. It's 130 euro. We give it and we see what is there, at least as a heavy metals. We can examine. We can't examine pesticides and chemical, but we can heavy metals to see how much is it lead, how much is it mercury, how much is aluminium, and then you know. This is really the proper way to decide how long also to feed.
But maybe like in this case, I mean, I don't know, but maybe just as, maybe like, I mean, if if the person has a proper amount of milk, maybe it's a sign that the milk is healthy, or it
Yeah,
shouldn't.
could, I think it is mostly. Yeah. Could be, and maybe also even if exam and some toxins are there, maybe it wouldn't be after a month.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then the advantage of this 9 months or 6 months feeding is higher than this amount of heavy metal the baby took. We don't know. Yeah. Okay. And I don't think we need to give that long-term breastfeeding.
Okay.
So why should be breastfeeding for 2 years? 6 months or maybe a little bit longer. So especially because I think I know, and there is evidence, we have toxins in the body, a lot. But I don't know what is better, to give this milk or the other milk. There are no long-term examination. There are only examination in a milk. We know there is there. And if women are asking me about breastfeeding, I would recommend to do examination. And also if they ask me after the 6 months, what should I do? I would first send for 130 euro at least to do this examination milk to see what is inside. And if it's something inside, I would definitely say no after 6 months.
Okay.
Before, you need to decide on your own. And I also think there is a more chance if you have a good milk that everything is fine. I think in my case, this is like this because of that nature was protecting my kids of this poison. And my mother had a good breast. My daughter has. I don't know how it happens that I don't have it. And also didn't come properly. It was really big problem.